Now when you're putting together wall B6, if you're putting together the inside of the wall, do not glue down the fireplace and mantle. Glue everything else down, but leave those separate, because if you glue them in place, you won't be able to flip the wall over and do the back side. Okay, two things to make note of on the B5 inside of wall. The first thing is that right here there's a little bench. It's just a 1-inch plank that's put on its end and glued in place. Do not glue that in place yet. Wait until the wall is completely finished, because if you glue it in place, if you flip the wall over, the wall will not set flat and it will make it difficult to do the back side. The other thing is there's a 2-inch blank that goes diagonally across right here. You will need to clip the ends about a 45-degree angle and then glue it in place. Now, a quick note about the T3 outside of wall. We have got 4 shutters on this wall. I would suggest that you do not glue these shutters into place until after this wall is finished. The reason is because these shutters have hinges, and these hinges stick up a little bit beyond the 1/8 inch thickness of the planks. So wait until everything is dry, the whole wall section is finished, then go back and glue on the shutters beside each of the windows. Now on the B5 outside of wall, I would suggest that you do not glue this little trap door in yet. Leave a spot for it, but don't quite glue it in. The reason is because these hinges stick out just a little bit more than the rest of the stuff on the wall. Now here's a place I kind of messed up on T3, the inside of the wall. Under these windows, we've got sort of a one of these decorative pieces. But underneath the decorative piece, we got half planks and half brick. So that happens under both sides. We've got 1/2 brick under here and the other half planks. Personally, I'm not going to worry about it because I don't think anybody is going to notice it. Now on the inside wall of T9, once again, do not glue the fireplace in place. Just set it there and glue the planks around it and make sure that it will fit later. Now some of these pieces, once you put the first half together and they're dry, they have some beams that kind of extend over the top of the edge of the roof. You'll have to clip those. It's a good idea to clip them off before you glue the back side on, because if you have 2 layers of beams sticking up, sometimes it's hard to get the clippers around them. So basically the best way to do this is just take your nippers and put it right up to the edge there and kind of nip the corners off like that. They should nip off pretty clean. Like the one at the peak here will nip off the top. Then you can kind of nip the corners off like this, and then kind of work your way around the piece. After clipping them off, then you can flip the piece over and start gluing the pieces on the back side. Okay, now that we finished the other side of this roof section, this side we had clipped off. Now we'd made this side. Now we need to clip the ends off of here. Wait till it's dry, and then use your clippers and go ahead and nip the edges of the planks off like this, all the way around. And see, now since I nipped off the previous side, I'm able to actually get my nippers in here. Then after you get that particular thing done, then lay down some fine sandpaper and go ahead and sand the edges of those flat, so you've got kind of a nice straight flat edge across the top here for our roof.